So I've seen the question asked, are the XPA-DR units really better than the standard XPA units? I have an XPA-2 Gen 3, and I also have the DR1 monoblocks. And I'll tell you in a single word, yes. But let me qualify that. This is a good unit here. And for some people, this would be the better deal. You would get everything you needed out of it. I'm running it in my home theater right now. I'm running left and right channels with it, and it works amazing. And the thing about it is, though, it seems like the bass is accentuated, and there's something I never really got with the treble on it. Some people say it's harsh, but I don't know about harsh. There's just something weird about the treble that I've never been able to explain. But overall, it's a great unit. And I used it for a while with my Magnepan speakers. I've used it with my RF7s, and it works good. I don't consider it harsh, but it is a bit weird. Now, is it better than the DR1s? Oh, heck no. Not even. The DR1 monoblocks are really, really amazing. I don't hear that harshness with the treble. It's more neutral. The mid-range is good. I heard someone say that the DR1s had no mid-range, and that's just not true. Man, they have really smooth, excellent mid-range. And I like to think that the bass on them is what I call more mature than what the other XPAs have. The other XPA seems to be more accentuated, and it works really good for a home theater. But this works better for a regular sound system. Now I'm running it with the Magnepans right now. Sounds great. Yeah, I don't really need the subs. I mean, these Magnepans will put out really good bass with this system. I'll also say that any speakers I have hooked up to this system sounded good. I've hooked up 5 different pairs, from Klipsch to Magnepan to JBL to Emotiva. They all sounded good. But here's the qualification. I mean, really, here's the bottom line. If you're not going to use the DR units with the XLR cables in a totally balanced setup, it's pretty much a waste. When I hook them up with just the RCAs, they just don't sound the same. They have less power, less meat. That's one thing. These bad boys have plenty of power. In 8 ohms, they run 650 watts, which will just knock your socks off. The way I have them set up right now with the Magnepans, they're 1,000 watts per channel. And I'll tell you, they will knock your socks off. I enjoy them. I don't usually ever play them loud. I have a couple times just to see what they do, but yeah, you don't need to. They sound good on their own. With low power, I find that they have a great sound to them without having to crank the volume up. On other stuff with other amps, you kind of have to crank the volume up to get songs to sound good. On these, man, I just don't have to do that as much. I can listen at lower volumes and get really good sound. So, the other thing is, I think there's a certain synergy I get by running it with Emotiva gear. Now, all my gear is fully balanced. I mean, the CD player, the preamp, the amps, even right down to my DAC. It's all balanced, fully balanced. If you're running preamps and stuff that aren't balanced and you're running it into these, well, you're kind of defeating the purpose. In that case, I would just go with an XPA or a different brand of amp. Really, these DR1s are amazing, but only when hooked up in a fully differential system, fully balanced. Do it right. Or really, you can use the amp like over there, and Yeah. Even hooked up with XLRs in a balanced situation, that amp is not balanced. Yeah. Bottom line, if you want to use the DRs, use them fully balanced and you'll get good results. Alright, well, that's my video for today. Thank you for watching. This is the Amazing Papa. Hope you got something out of this. Thank you. Take care. Oh, there is something I need to add that I did not get to. One of the things that blew me away when I first got these DR1s is the soundstage. Oh my gosh. It just opened up these LRSs like you wouldn't believe. The soundstage just totally changed. You know, I could get it engulfing and everything with the XPA-2, but man, when I put the DR1s in, the soundstage on these speakers just came alive. Now, is that because I finally have an amp that is good enough to run these LRSs, or is it the amps themselves? I couldn't tell you. But the soundstage on the LRSs just came alive when I put the DR1s in. Needed to add that in. Thank you. Have a great day. This is the Amazing